Good morning. Welcome to the Life Motivators. Every day we come in here to give you our love, our inspiration, and our beautiful smiles. You get to see our beautiful faces once again today. Why? Because we enjoy doing this for the world right here. Messages go out in many different places, many different shapes, forms, or fashions, and you can catch it in different little locations. If you're not catching this live with us right now, you can catch it on the Daily Life Motivators on YouTube. And from there, you'll be able to get more inspiration from over 200 and something videos that we have already put out in a year and a half's time frame. Why do we do this? Because we wanted inspiration within our life. We wanted a support from community of people from across the world to be able to lift us up, because sometimes you will not get it from those right there around your home. So if you're looking for more, you came to the right place. Today, we'll be talking about making your wishes come true. Why do I want to have that topic today? Because we've been reading out of the Magic book, and the topic on chapter 13 is making your wishes come true. Is this a magic book? No, but this is a book that is going to bring you magic within your life once you start understanding and harness the new habits that they're asking you to do, the new perspectives of life that we're asking you to look at. The new ways that we speak to ourselves is what we have been talking about for a long time within here. The good message that you give yourself before you wake up each morning, to going to the bathroom to say, I love you in the mirror. Those are power things that we've been saying all along, and we have all implemented it to make ourselves go into a different direction of mindset thinking throughout the day instead of living within negativity. We know when we walk outside that door to be able to go to work or to go grocery shopping or to go somewhere else, what are you going to surround yourself with? On the radio, it's going to be negativity. If you wake up and turn on the TV, what are you hearing? Nothing but negativity. You go out to work. What are you listening to by other people, co-workers at work, because they hate their job? So what are they doing? They're bashing their boss. They're bashing the supervisors. They're bashing everybody around them for the lack of. They're bashing having to drive to work. They're bashing, oh man, I didn't want to get up this morning. I didn't feel good. Nothing but negativity. But once you learn that you can actually harness a positive mindset first thing in the morning, you're able to move your life into a whole different direction. That's what we have learned. That's the perspective and the habits that we put into our life. And what has it done for us? It moved us into a different direction to where we can start actually writing down in journals of our true visions of what we see, where we want our life to go, our dreams, our visions. And then we found something that we were truly passionate about, and we stuck with it daily. Dedication. Daily dedication to bringing happiness within inside of us first. Once I aligned with my happiness within inside of me, I'm able to actually give back more. And that's how we created this Life Motivators community. This community right here of other people that have inspired me to do more within my life, to move myself to a whole different level of thinking, of my dreams, and the passions that I was truly only thought was a dream. I brought it to a reality. The reality that I live on a day-to-day basis of moving my life into a whole different direction. I inspire others to do more within your life. And people say, well, why do you do this every day? Because I want you to succeed. Ma'am, sir, whoever's watching this right now, with either on the recording or here live right now, we want you to succeed in everything that you're doing, no matter what it is. Where are you going within this life? What do you truly want? Are you listening to everybody else's opinions when you tell them your ideas, and then what do? They want to smash it down. Oh, that's not going to work. It wouldn't work for them because they don't have the vision. They didn't get the download to be able to have that kind of dream. You did. So go for it. It is your dream. It is your drive. And if it grabs you right here, hey, you might as well run with it. Because if it's filling your heart up and it's making you happy every day, let no one else's opinions, no one else's words, because sticks and stones cannot break you down. All you can do is take those stones and make a better foundation, a stronger foundation, to be able to show them what you have accomplished. And then they'll be coming back. Hey, what did you do to make that happen? I chased after it and I made it happen. I lived daily in a dedication to make it happen. I formed myself a new thinking process. I surrounded myself with new people instead of people like you. Did you notice once you started bashing me, thinking I wasn't going to do something great within my life, that I didn't call you anymore? I didn't surround myself with you anymore? I didn't go to parties anymore? While you was out there partying, I was at home grinding. I was hustling, making things happen within my life. Getting in there and doing it is what I was doing. So now, as you're sitting there still going to that jobby job, guess what I get to do? I get to go to the bank instead, to deposit, not ask for funds. And as I'm depositing more into my life, I get to do more within my life. People ask, how do you get to travel all the time, Thomas? Because it is something that I wanted to do for me. It is a dream that I had to be able to take my camera to become a photographer, to travel across the country, to be able to take beautiful pictures of landscape, of anniversaries, of weddings, of different things like that, to be able to build me, my life that makes me happy. And that's what I did. And that's what I do daily. And I inspire you each day to get out there and chase after yours. Make it happen. Be dedicated to something of what you really feel within inside of here. It is an awesome opportunity to be able to surround yourself with people of greatness. Do they have to be rich? Do they have to have the big homes? Do they have to have the fancy cars? Do they have to wear the nice suits every day? No. I have found that more people are the richest within inside because they know the love that they already possess. And with that love brings them more within them in their life. Me, I am comfortable traveling across this countryside within an RV, staying in a hotel, different little places like that, little cabana huts on beaches. I do not have to have the riches of riches. I have all the things that I want within my life because I am fulfilled within inside first. And that's all I need. What do you truly need to make you happy? Does it have to be that big fancy car and house? If that's what you desire and that's what you're going for, awesome. That's what I want for you as well. But make sure that you're happy, because I know some of the richest people within the world that have all kinds of things, toys, homes, property all over the place. Guess what? They still call me because they're unhappy. How do you have this happiness every day, Thomas? Happiness is found in different areas. So go after what makes you happy. I tell a lot of people, do you need that second, third, fourth home and all these different places? How often do you get to visit them? How much time do you actually get to spend at them? Or how much more money do you have to make to maintain them while you're not there? It's a different aspect. I remember when I bought my first Porsche, I thought it was going to be awesome. Looked like the little Jaguar 4-door. It's a pretty cool car. Do you know it cost me more in maintenance every other month just to maintain that car? And it was like, this is more than a car note. I don't need this. So I got rid of it. Yes, I did. Then I turned around and built this fancy hot rod. It was cool. Then after a little while of having it, it's like, do I really need this within my life? Nope. It's just something else to look cool in. When I figured out that I don't need to look cool in life anymore, I'm not here to impress anyone. The only person I need to impress is me and the man above. That's all I needed. So I can live my day full of love, full of happiness, full of joy, and to inspire others to go after what you want. And simple little practices by what you hear within this book right here. Habits, different perspectives. Because a lot of people have been raised by the old folks within their lives. Let's put it that way. Their mothers and grandparents and things like that. They've always had the lack of mindset. And we want you to have the abundant mindset, because you are full. You are the greatest person that has ever walked on this earth. And if you do not believe that within your own self, then you need to relook in the mirror, because you are nothing but awesomeness. You are a full power, just like myself and everybody else that you see on this screen. We know that we have the abundance within inside. We have a light of power within. Let yours shine today and have fun with it. We're going to pass this one on to Brother Patrick today. He is reading Out of the Magic, chapter 13. So if you had your hard copy, go ahead and grab it and let's rock with it. Go ahead, Brother Patrick. Patrick, you need to unmute. Works better that way.
Thank you. You're like, okay, let's start from the beginning then. I'm sorry about that. Day 13. Make all your wishes come true. Great, great read. Imagination is the True Magic Carpet by Norman Vincent Peale. 1898, 1993. He's a writer. If you've been following the magical practices day by day, you have now built an amazing foundation by practicing gratitude for everything you've received and continue to receive in your life. But today is an exciting day because you're going to begin gratitude's magical power for your dreams and desires. Hundreds of native cultures through the centuries have traditionally given thanks for what they want before they receive it, creating elaborate ceremonies to put as much energy as they could into giving thanks. The Egyptians have celebrated the flooding of the Nile since ancient times to ensure the continual flow of water in the river. American Indians and Australian Aborigines perform rain dances. Various African tribes perform ceremonies for their food before they hunt for it. And the very nature of prayer in every culture and religion is giving thanks before receive what is desired. The law of attraction says, like attracts like, which means you must form in your mind a likeness or an image of what you want. Then, to attract your desire, you have to feel as though it's yours, so that how you feel is also like how you would feel when you had what you wanted. The easiest way to do that is to be grateful for what you want before you received it. If it never occurred to you before to use gratitude to receive what you want, you have now discovered another of its magical powers. The very words in the Holy Scriptures promise that. Whoever has gratitude now will be giving more in the future, and he or she will have an abundance. Gratitude is something you must have before you can receive, not something you simply do after something good has happened. Most people are grateful after they receive something good. But to make all your wishes come true and change your life by filling it with riches in every area, you must be grateful before and after. Through the act of being sincerely grateful, receiving your desire beforehand, you immediately form an image in your mind that you have it. You feel as though you have it and you're fulfilling your part. If you continue to hold that image and feeling, you will magically receive your desire. You won't know how you'll receive it, and it's not your job to figure it out. You don't try to figure out how gravity is going to keep you on the ground when you go for a walk, do you? You trust and know that when you go for a walk, the law of gravity will keep you firmly on the ground. Likewise, you must trust and know that when you're grateful for what you want will magically move to you, because it's the law of the universe. What do you want most right now? At the beginning of this book, I asked you to get clear about what you want in every area of your life. If you didn't do that earlier, now is the time to do it. Go to the list you created now and choose your top 10 desires for this magical practice. You can select 10 desires from different areas of your life, such as money, health, home, and relationships. Or you might want to choose 10 desires in one area you really want to change, such as work or success. Be very clear and specific about what you want most, so you can see the changes magically happen from this practice. Imagine you're putting in a magic order with the universe for your top 10 desires, because in truth, by using the law of attraction, that's exactly what you're doing. Sit down at a computer or with a pen and journal and create a separate list of your top 10 desires in the following way as you've received them. Thank you, thank you, thank you for blank. And you fill in the blank with your desire as though you received it. For example, thank you, thank you, thank you for the high marks in my exam results, which got me into the exact college I wanted. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the great news that we are having a baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you for our dream home, which has everything we wanted it to have down to the last detail. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the amazing phone call with my dad that has improved our relationship. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the medical results that show I am all clear and healthy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the unexpected money I received, which is the exact amount I needed for my European trip. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the doubling of our sales figures this month. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the ideas that won us our biggest client yet. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my perfect partner. Thank you, thank you, thank you for how easy and effortless our move was. Writing thank you 3 times in a row is a powerful thing to do because it prevents you from throwing words away and increases your focus of gratitude. Saying thank you 3 times is also a magical formula because it is the mathematical number of all new creation in the universe. For example, it takes 1 male and 1 female to create a baby. The male, female, and baby total 3, completing a new creation. The same rule of 3 applies to the creation of everything in the universe, including the creation of your desires. And so when you say thank you 3 times in a row, you're using a magic number of creation and a secret magic formula. The second step of make all your wishes come true involves saturating your desires with even more gratitude. You can complete the second step any time during the day, either at the same time as listing your top 10 desires or intermittently throughout the day. To saturate each of your desires with gratitude's magical power, begin with the first desire on your list and use your imagination mentally. Answer the following questions as though you've received your desire. Number 1, what emotions do you feel when you receive your desire? Number 2, who was the first person you told when you received your desire and how did you tell them? Number 3, what is the first great thing you did when you received your desire? Include as much detail as you can in your mind. Finally, reread each desire and really emphasize the magic words, thank you, so that you feel them as much as you can. Move on to the second desire on your list and follow the same steps with each desire until you've completed all 10 desires. Spend at least 1 minute on each desire. If you want to do something that's really powerful and a lot of fun, you can also create a magic board where you can attach pictures of your desires. Cut out the pictures and attach them to a board that's in place where you will see it often. Place those magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you, in big bold letters on your magic board. And you will use your refrigerator as your magic board. Or you can. If you have a family, you can create a magic board as a family project because children especially love this. Imagine that your magic board is truly magical and that whatever you place a picture of on your board is instantly being moved toward you. Your continued gratitude for it will magnetize it all the way into your life. And magic practice number 13, make all your wishes come true. Number 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list. And at the end of each blessing, say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Number 2, sit down at a computer or with a pen and journal and list your top 10 desires. Write thank you 3 times before each one as though you've already received it. For example, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you. 3, using your imagination, answer the following questions in your mind as though you received each one of them, or each of your 10 desires. Number 1, what emotions did you feel when you received your desire? 2, who was the first person you told when you received your desire, and how did you tell them? Number 3, what is the first great thing you did when you received your desire? Include as much detail as you can in your mind. Number 4, finally, reread the sentence listing your desire and really emphasize the magic words, thank you, so that you can feel them as much as you can. And number 5, if you like, create a magic board, cut out pictures and attach them to your magic board and put it in a place you see off. Title the board with thank you, thank you, thank you in big bold letters across the top. 6, just before you go to sleep tonight, important, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you, for the best thing that happened during the day. Love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for letting me read.
Love and appreciate you for coming in here and stepping up and reading that, brother. It is bringing powerful right there, just a few words that you said. And it says the magical words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But guess what? If you say that all throughout the day for the different things that you have within your life, it becomes part of you. And then you are truly grateful for what you already have. We say it each day. We're thankful for our roof. We're thankful for the clothes on our back. We're thankful for the wonderful bed that we had last night. We're thankful for the wonderful food that is nourishing our body, the hydration and things that we're getting as well. We say thank you for all of this. Why? Because if we didn't, we probably wouldn't have it within our life. Many people take all of that, those simple things right there, for granted. But just wait until a hurricane or a twister or a flood or an earthquake or a natural disaster of some shape, form, or fashion takes it all away from you. When somebody brings you a warm coat in the wintertime, I bet you'll say thank you. If somebody brings you a nice blanket when you don't have a blanket, I bet you'll say thank you. When somebody brings you a burger on the side of the street, if that's where you're at right now, I bet you say thank you. So each day, be grateful for what you have and do not take it for granted. Driving that car, that's a privilege. Having these cell phones, that's a privilege. Having this internet business and working like we do to inspire others, it's a privilege to me each day to get in here and to inspire others, because I know what it is to be at the bottom. And I know that I look up every day and say thank you for everybody that I surround myself with. It's a beautiful day. Go ahead, brother.
Saying thank you. Who would have thought that that would be a magical practice? Saying thank you. Who out here, would have thought that something as simple as that would be a magical practice? Because that's what it is. The breakdown and many different ways that you can say thank you and how you can say thank you. That was just given to us. That was read out. And what are you doing when you're saying thank you? Number one, you're expressing gratitude across the board. It doesn't have to be, I agree with Thomas, it doesn't have to be specifically the things that were listed. It could be anything across the board. Anything. Saying thank you for the simplicities of life. The roof over our head, the clothes on our back, the shoes on our feet, job to go to, or not a job because you have a business, or whatever the situation or whatever the circumstance. Thank you. Number one, you're expressing gratitude. Okay, then you're saying thank you for things that we take for granted. So what does that do? And by going, I like the breakdown because the breakdown was very specific. And it was basically putting yourself in a position to receive. So not only were you expressing gratitude by saying those 3 thank yous, but you're putting yourself in a position to receive anything else that the universe may have, anything else that God may have. And you're saying thank you for this and for that and the small things. What he read about in reference to children. Children love to practice. Why? Because children don't know what it is to experience that doubt like we do as human, as older adults. They don't have that lack of faith because of the weight of the world hasn't been barreled on their shoulders. You know, the burdens of life, the stress, the anxieties, and all this stuff. They still have that very childlike faith, which makes perfect sense why children would love to practice some of these things, because they could activate things at a greater magnitude than we can as adults, because we don't have that that disbelief or that doubt, you know, or the, you know, is this really gonna work? This whole practice of thank you. No, children just expect it, period. They have access more than what we do because they haven't experienced the things that life, you know, can throw at you. So their belief is at a greater magnitude. It's at a higher frequency. And when they say it, you know, there's a certain emphasis, there's a certain faith, there's a certain confidence that you know, and how a children expresses thank you towards something. It's the kind of thank you that'll make your heart melt. You know that when a young child comes up to you and they say thank you, you see their face glow up. You see their insides glow up and show on their face. It's almost like they're glowing at that moment when they're expressing really, you know, true, honest thank you for that. And then the concept of the refrigerator, or what is that? That's a vision board, man. That's what they were talking about. Those thank yous were vision board thank yous, which again is the concept of being thankful and putting yourself in a position to receive the things that you want in this life. You know, the family, the friends, the atmosphere, the possessions, you know, but I mean, regardless, that we only have one chance at this life, one opportunity, you know, to live this life out. So why not put ourselves in a position to receive? And we do that with the thank yous, practicing gratitude. That's why it is a magical practice, because a lot of us aren't doing it. And I don't mean like, I just us meaning people in general. Not enough people express gratitude. That's why a lot of successful entrepreneurs or people who we deem as successful in the world, they say it's the number one ingredient. It's the key thing to do. It is the secret to success, or it's this, or it's that. What is it? It's simplicity of gratitude, because you're staying in that energy, you're staying in that flow of what? Of receiving at all times. And you can be specific in how you want to receive. So, well, what are you being thankful for? That's opening up the door for abundance. That's opening up the door for more. And the things that you're specifically grateful for, you're opening up that door. You're loosening the restrictions on whatever concept, whatever thought, whatever mentality you had towards a belief on whether you could obtain such and such and such and such or not, or the lack thereof, or whatever, just by saying thank you for it. You're opening up the door. You're basically untying the knot. You know, you're taking the hinges off of the door on whether or not you're going to receive those kind of blessings, or whether or not you want to operate in that kind of love and that kind of flow. And regardless of whatever that thing that you're being thankful for is, you're opening up the door. You're opening up the opportunity of flow back and forth. You're opening up the opportunity for energy. You're opening up the opportunity for yourself, for whatever it is that you want, by simply saying thank you, man. It's a very simple practice. Why do people get caught up in the mystical aspect? Just because the word of magic is used. And think about a child. You tell a child about magic, oh, their belief system goes through the roof, because then they really can believe that anything can happen. It's our limited adult minds, our limited adult understanding on what's possible and what's not possible. Where do we even get that limitation from? We got it from other adults that were operating off of limitation to begin with. If once again, we've said this a bunch of times, but if we're only using 10%, 10 to 20%, whatever, because the stats are going up, new scientists, new studies, whatever. You know, if we're just using, you know, that amount of pain, then how much more can we activate some things in our life by simple practice? And I honestly believe that this is nothing new. This is nothing new in the last 10 years, 20 years. No, these exactly what Thomas says. These are practices that have been implemented for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Somebody just decided, hey, I'm going to write a book. You know, I'm going to start speaking about this. I'm going to have small groups in reference to it. I'm going to have masterminds in reference to it. I'm going to promote this idea of being thankful. Even in the Bible, 10 were healed. 10 lepers were healed. You know what leprosy is? You have sores all over your body, blisters and bleeding all over your entire body. Cast out, deemed as a rebel, you know, unwelcome. You're not even allowed to socialize, drink, eat, be around other people that you love, that you care for. There's 10 of them together because they can't be around anybody else, so they might as well be around each other. 10 were healed. Only one came back to say thank you. Jesus asked, where are the other 9? The one responded, said, I don't know. So what can being thankful for life, what can being thankful for opportunities, for situations, for things that we take for granted, what can being thankful and you expressing the gratitude and the thankfulness do for you and in your life, man? That's something only you can answer this morning. Love you guys, man.
Much love, brother. Yes. And that is how this community got started as well, right here. This group, Life Motivators, because we give gratitude. We give the thank you each day for each person that shows up within here, each person that watched the recording, each person that does something more within their life, to have the different mindset to know that you can have that childlike person. It never left you. That childish mindset, that childish energy, everything that you have of that not scared of anything mentality, it's still within you. It never left. It just, we had to grow up and start taking care of bills. And then we had to make sure we had a job. We had to make sure that we had groceries on the table. We had to make sure that the ones that we brought into this world were taken care of as well. So our mindset went into a different level. But you can still have that fun state within. You can still have those happy mentalities every day. Don't lose them. You didn't lose them. Just need to re-tap into it by giving the thank you every day. Thank you for what you already have within this life and the people that surround you and uplift you. This is what it's all about. We're going to wrap this one up today with Miss Shannon and her awesome affirmations. So go ahead, Miss Shannon, wrap us up.
Good morning, everybody. Short and sweet. My wishes are jewels from my heart. The universe keeps them all safe until they come true. Every day, in every way, I am receiving my enjoyable surprises, blessings, and all of my wishes. Whatever I wish for comes true. For that, I am grateful.
Your wishes can come true. And we are grateful because you're going after them. Make them happen. We love and appreciate you all. Life Motivators, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We start at 8:30 every morning. Come join us. We'll see you tomorrow live.